Guys, here we are. The next one on the list. This is episode 14, guitar number 15, which was Oscar Schmidt, an OS300-SFG-A. Now, in doing a little bit of research this morning, looking for what was online about it, it's been 2 years, almost 2 years, since I got this one, September 21. I've seen them online as 300 SFGs, but without the dash A. And the dash A on mine was supposed to be A for Alnico pickups. The pickups that came on it originally, 3 single coils, and if you can see it, it's like, you know, up there is the original, and then down here is the eventual Oscar Monster. I had a brain fart basically and thought, let's do something outrageous, and I did. Now, Oscar was my first major mod for, you know, changing all the electrics. Had to do some woodwork to take out the channel in the middle, up under here where this pickup had to go in. It wasn't big enough to put a full humbucker in there. It might have been a mini humbucker availability, but not big enough. So I did name this guitar Oscar, after Oscar Schmidt. So it was the first guitar that I named. It was the first guitar that I did a major mod like this. I also changed all the electrics here. I kept the pickups, I changed all the electrics, I changed the knobs. So this one has independent volumes for each pickup, and I squeezed the tone in there, which is kind of, it's tight, right? I don't use it very often. If I haven't used it, let's say. So because these are humbuckers, I put push switches on those. 500K pots for those, and I put a 250 for the middle. If I was redoing it today, I'd put a 500 to let a little bit more of this come through. It's a pretty good pickup as a single, but I'd put a 500 in it. I put in the Fender 5-way switch, and I put in the Gilmore switch that you can have the, you know, neck and bridge on at the same time. In position 1, in position 2. Then it's these two, but if you put the neck on, then you get all 3. So it was just a, you know, like I said, a monstrous, outrageous type of thing to do. Then you get the middle all by itself, isolated, a single control. Then these two, and then just the bridge, a neck, as usual. Now, when I saw this online at Best Buy for a while, it was retailing for roughly $200, $199.99. Call me a liar for a penny, not including taxes. And I thought it was pretty cool looking. I've always wanted a surf green. Now, in the light here, it's more of a teal green, and it comes through as like almost a baby blue on video. Which is okay. I like the baby blue too, if it was baby blue. So if it was really blue like you see it, I'd like it anyway, because I like blue. I have a couple of other baby blue guitars by Moon. The neck is actually real rosewood, they said, and the vintage tone on the back, I really like that. This neck is really nice. It's a really thin profile neck. Now, I have small hands, okay, and I can get my hands like right around this neck. So that's really nice. The headstock is nice, you know, Oscar Schmidt, blah blah blah. The tuners on here are still the originals. I still haven't taken the stickers off. I was thinking of changing them at one point, but when I took it out of the bag yesterday and started tuning it up, I realized that the tuners work perfectly. Really smooth definition. They've got to be at least a 15:1. Now, this one up here had a tiny little bit of slop in it, but not enough to worry about it. So, I also have the back plate in zebra, but what happened is that when I put it there, it doesn't have the same opening as the other one, which is a little bit higher. So I stuck this in the bag, and I was thinking, oh, I'll get around to doing something maybe some point and try to cut this out a little bit more, because back when I did this, I didn't have all the tools I have now. I mean, I was a real novice when I was doing this one to mod it. And that's only like, 2021. Now it's like, it's 2023 and we're only in May. It just turned May yesterday. So it's less than 2 years ago. And in less than 2 years, I've gone through about 40 guitars. And I've acquired more tools, and I have things that I can cut that better now. I didn't even remember that was in there. Hasn't been out of the case in quite some time, probably again more than a year and a half. I've been working on so many other things, so I took it out yesterday to refamiliarize myself with it, and I rewatched all my own videos this morning on what I did to it. And back when I did this, I wasn't even smart enough to disconnect the neck to do the fret job. And I did the fret job with a crowning file. I didn't have my tool with leveler to run it back and forth like I have now, made out of, a speed square, and a longer one made out of, it's about a 20-inch level. Maybe less, 18, 15, I don't know. So I was taking them all down one at a time back then. I did do the crowning with the rubber and sandpapers, and they're still nice. I mean, original strings, from back when I first put them on. These are probably, I was using 10s back then, so these are the Dario 10s. Now, when I finished this part 3, I ended up with it played, but there was something wrong with the wiring, and I just couldn't figure out what was going on. It didn't work right. And I went back to the schematic, and I thought, what the hell did I do? So when I reopened it up in a part 4, which is in the playlist, I'm thinking, my schematic isn't wired like, like what's in here, and I'm going, what's wrong? So I figured it out, got it working, and so now everything works like it's supposed to. All the 3 volumes are independent. The tone works for all of them because it's connected to the output, and everything's hunky-dory. So the Monster, this is where the outrages started, and some of the other guitars that come after this have some peculiar color schemes, which I enjoyed. But this was the first one. I saw this on Amazon as a populated pickguard, and I'm going, wow, I think that would look good on this as an outrageous mod. And it did, and it still does. Someday, who knows, maybe I'll think about doing something else with Oscar, but for right now, this is Oscar. And I tuned it up yesterday. I played on it, and I took it, I put it on the stand here. I left it overnight here it is midday the next day, and I picked it up, and I wanted to just check it before I you know, turned on the camera for you guys, and it's still in tune. Stayed in tune overnight. And yeah, the acoustics on this is not bad. So let's turn up the bridge full. There are no pedals, there are no boosts. This is just the 65 deluxe reverb with my 2 and 2 on the reverb and the delay. This is a 15K pickup. It can push. The middle one is a 5.4. Oop. Need some volume. And then the neck, let's turn that one up. That one's a 7.2K. And you know, because of the position, it goes. All right, so I demonstrated you know, all of the positions and stuff in part number 3 of the build. So it's pretty much the same, right? There's like, okay, we'll put all the volumes up now. So bridge, push, not a bad split, and I didn't put a Fralin resistor on the bridge. On the neck, I did. It's at 2.7K in the neck. Now, as I told you, you can get the 2 humbuckers on at the same time. So the neck warms up the other one quite nicely, and you can do that in either split mode. Doesn't matter. In the next position, we get all 3 of them on. And as usual, because they're all independent, you can blend. So if you turn those 2 down, it's just like having the middle on by itself. You can bring up one, take it down, put that one up. So I was really happy with, you know, buying a pick guard populated with for $50 on Amazon here, 2021, and for ceramic, you know, Invader copy pickups, they're pretty good. Lots of push, lots of power. They sound nice. Really, I was really happy with this guitar. Standard Strat feels good. It's not that heavy either. I never weighed it because, well, back then I didn't have a scale either. I have one now, but it's got to be, you know, somewhere between 6.5, 7 pounds, 7.2 at the most, maybe. It's quite light. But yes, I still enjoy this and still like it very much. Playing it last night, it was quite nice. The neck is very flat profile on this thing. They didn't give us any specs, but it's very flat. It's flat like a Les Paul neck, but thinner. you know, much nicer for the hand and thinner. What else can I tell you about it that you know, I haven't said before? Um, it's pretty much it. Um, I was very happy to be able to get it on sale for 150 bucks, and it was a good buy. It said made in the USA originally, but it's all Chinese parts. The good bones, right? Like a really nice neck, a nice body. The tuners are unimaginably good for paying $150 for the guitar. And basically everything else was changed. So yeah, I ended up putting a shim in the neck when I did part 4, when I took this off to go back inside and fix the wiring issues. And I put a small shim in there. I think it was a 0.2 something millimeter. And I was looking at it yesterday and I'm thinking, because of the way the saddles sit, most of these are all almost flat or parallel with the body, but these two up here are canted down to be able to get the action. I mean, the action on this is still really low, okay? I mean, all along, that's just beautiful action. And I was thinking that if I had maybe a little bit bigger shim, those saddles could come up a little bit and they take the down angle cant off. So maybe a 0.3, I've got some 0.37s or something like that, might just do it, you know. But, you know, it isn't broken right now, so I'm not going to fix it, because it does play okay all the way up. And it's okay when you bend, no choking. And that's because it's really flat. If it had the curves with this low action, it would probably choke out on the hump, and the action would have to be a little bit higher. But because of the really flat fretboard, no choking. It's so easy to make a chord and have them all ring out. Okay, we're going to give you a little run through, and it's going to be all full up, bridge, middle, neck only, compressor on, because the middle pickup's a little bit weak in the mix, but with the compressor it gives a little punch. So we're going to steel, as I have done, and I love it. Backing track from Dave, Tao of Twang, one of his teaching improv sessions for G major natural harmonic pentatonic something or other, including minor pentatonic, switching back and forth. I'm only going to give you one run through of it to get all 3 pickups in, just for the 3 sections, and then we'll be done. If you want to learn how to improv, go see Dave at Tao of Twang. It's got a good way about it. All right, here we go. Starting on a bridge. And that's that. Put them all down. Still making noise. There we go. Disconnect. So, it still does what it was supposed to. Still pretty. Oscar the Monster. Thanks for watching this segment. Appreciate all your support. Catch you in the next one.